honored to be here. My name is John. I slept with a married woman. Here's what happened. I was in a comedy club here in London. I was standing by the bar after the show. The show had gone very well because, as you will see, I'm very good. Did not appreciate that sarcastic nod from the reject from One Direction in the front row. Anyway, so I'm standing by the bar and a girl comes up to me and she said, "You were so funny." And I said, "I know." And then she said, "You should come to my house. I'm having a party." And I thought, a stranger invites another stranger back to a second location in London. No murder has begun this way. Let's go. Now here's the thing, I'm from Canada. In Canada we party a little different than you, the English. Like in Canada, if we're gonna get drunk, that's one type of party. Or we're gonna do drugs, that's a different type of party. Or we're gonna celebrate a 9-year-old girl's birthday, that's a different type of party. You lawless lunatics put that all together. Which is why I've been offered ketamine at a bar mitzvah. Now, I don't know if you know this, but London has a bit of a reputation for being full of pretentious douches. And none of them are here, they're out there. And it's because of the people that were at this party, just dressed in punchable vintage clothing, leaned awkwardly over furniture, just, have you ever seen people standing around a chair? Like that kind of party, just having chat that is wasting oxygen. Just things like, "Oh, Avalon, let me tell you why you're enjoying olives now more than you have hence previously enjoyed them. It is because you've transcended from jejune to bourgeois." Walking around the party, I was approached by a man that looked like he'd combed his hair with a bazooka. He was wearing a Matador jacket, no shirt underneath, and jeans so tight I could see his asshole from the front. And he said, "Hey, you look like the kind of guy who likes to do magic mushrooms." And I said, "How did you know?" I took the mushrooms from him, I put them in my mouth, and I ate them, and then he beckoned me close for a secret. Now, I'd only been living in England for about 3 months when this story takes place, so I didn't know that he, as an English person, about to tell me any information at all, is very scary. Because you're the cagiest, most secretive country I have ever fucking encountered in my entire life. Learning this about you explains my country, Canada. No one knows anything about Canada because the English discovered it and then told no one about it. If you see a British person on fire and you walk up to him and say, "Are you on fire?" he would say, "No, I'm hot." So he went on, I leaned in close for a secret, and he said, "I just want to let you know, I'm conducting an experiment tonight," which is not what you want to hear when you've just ingested drugs. You would like to hear there's a sofa over there. I know you don't like the music of Lady Gaga, but be prepared to enjoy the fuck out of it. And he said, "Well, I'm conducting an experiment tonight. I'm giving mushrooms to one person at this party to see what would happen. And you are the winner." Now, I don't know how you all define winner, but in Canada, we don't define winner as the guy on heavy psychedelics by himself at a party where he knows no one. That's the loser where I come from. I'm really liking the one guy who's laughing really hard at this joke, because you know he has drugs on him. See me at the Lido deck after. Now, a little nautical humor for y'all. So I've now transformed from a man who maybe or maybe not going to make out with a strange woman to a man with the largest pupils in East London, absolutely convinced there's a helicopter trying to land on my head. So I did what all of you would have done in that situation. I went into the kitchen to fill the sink full of water. That way, if the helicopter gets too close, I'll put my head in that water. Helicopters can't land in water. That is science, friends. Getting the tap going was tricky because it was made of snakes, but I pushed through. I wooed them with the magic of song. Water is rising, and then I settle back to have those thoughts you have when you're newly high. You know, the really like transcendent, philosophical, rebellious, eye-awakening sort of thing. Stuff like, where did I put my keys? Are my keys in my pocket? Yes, my keys are in my pocket. Did someone take my keys and then hide them in my pocket? That's the perfect crime. The water filled all the way up. I turn the tap off. I turn around, and there is the woman that invited me to the party. And she says, "Hey, we should kiss." And then I said, "That is a very good idea, ma'am. That way the helicopter won't know which head to land on. We will be safe." Now the fact that she kissed me, even though I said that sentence to her, with which she had no context to understand what the fuck I was talking about, is a very big red flag. Unfortunately, I did not see it. I was too distracted by the penguin trying to steal my house keys. So we begin kissing. Kissing leads to the removal of clothing. The removal of clothing leads to about 5 minutes of the most awkward lovemaking I have ever been a part of, and I have been described as the elbowy lover in 3 different countries. 5 minutes in, she leans in and she whispers all sexy-like, in that way a woman can whisper, because only a woman can whisper sexy. Men, we cannot whisper sexy. We can whisper rapey tremendously well. Doesn't even need to be sexual. It could just be, hello. So she leans in and she whispers, "I just want to let you know, I'm married and my husband just walked in." Now what I should have said was, "How dare you not inform me of your marital status before we began?" What I did say was, "Oh good, you can see him too." That joke's called "The Time I Got Punched on My Bare Dick." It's not often you get applause for that. Thank you, 2 guys and a lady who did. So I'm single now. I love being single. I love it. I love it because when you're single, you get a little gift from the universe, and that gift is you get to watch couples argue in public. And nothing is greater than watching a woman very upset about her shoes talking to a man who has no idea what the fuck she's talking about. And they stood on this corner of the street just discussing their issue in a tone of voice like this, so no one around them can possibly know that they're in the midst of a fight. Now the only problem with this very good plan is no one conveys positive information in this tone of voice. You've never been at a fancy dinner party and someone's walked up to you, "Excuse me! Did you prepare this chutney? Well, may I say, it is delicious." I saw a couple as I was walking down the Strand coming to the gig. I was watching them, and I came at the end of the argument. I knew it was the end of the argument because the man had that look on his face like he just remembered, "Oh yeah, I'm arguing with a woman. There is no way to win this." And then he came upon his solution, which was, "Well, I'm just going to say something ridiculous, and then I'm running away." So he stood up tall and in a full booming voice, he stuck his finger in her face, which is risky because she could bite that off. And he said, "You know what, Donna? I don't want to hear about your periods anymore. I find them disgusting." And I thought, what a ridiculous thing to say. Because a woman's menstrual cycle is not disgusting. It is a beautiful celebration of the fact you are not a father for another 30 days.